WFAA TV, Channel 8. The spirit of Texas. This is News 8 Midday.
A verdict has been reached in the sexual abuse civil trial against the Catholic Diocese of Dallas.
And the announcement of that verdict could come at any time. That story tops News 8 Midday. We thank you for joining us. This multi-million-dollar case involves a former priest, sexual abuse, and who should bear responsibility. Channel 8's Dave Evans joins us now live from the courthouse with the latest. Dave?
Renee, the jury of 10 women and 2 men reached its verdict at about 11 o'clock this morning after 2.5 days of deliberations behind closed doors. There is, as you mentioned, though, a delay in actually reading this verdict to the courtroom. It could come possibly in the next hour, perhaps during the lunch hour today. The jury must decide whether the Dallas Catholic Diocese was negligent in its handling of former priest Rudolph Kos. He's accused of sexually abusing boys at 3 different churches over a 10-year period. 11 families are now suing the diocese in a case that could cost the Roman Catholic Church of Dallas up to $146 million. The trial has lasted 10 weeks this summer, and considering how long that has lasted, the wait for the verdict has actually been a short one.
It's not long for a case of this magnitude and this complexity. They've got 33 separate questions. Most of them have 10 to 12 subparts to them, and it just takes a long time to work through all of that.
We're glad that it's over with. It's been a very long, tiring, difficult trial. I think everybody involved on both sides is glad to have it concluded. We'll see what the verdict is in a little while, and then we'll go from there.
I think there's just been an overall sense of denial, frankly, on the part of the church. They don't really want to address this issue because they don't want to address the implications of this issue. And the implications of this issue are, we need a code of conduct for priests. We need clear do's and don'ts. This beer drinking parties in the rectory with young boys has to stop.
And once again, there has been a verdict reached in this case, but there is a little bit of a delay. That is because the judge in this case has been at a seminar up in North Dallas at the Grand Kempinski. We understand she is now back in the courthouse, but there is still going to be a little bit of a delay so she can go actually over this long, complicated 40-page charge to the jury, read that over with the lawyers, and then read it to the packed courtroom up on the 4th floor. As we heard just a second ago, it is a very, very complicated charge to the jury. 33 different questions have to be answered by this jury. If you boil all this down, basically, it will come down to, was the Catholic Diocese grossly negligent in its handling of these cases? If the jury does find that the diocese was grossly negligent, then we will see basically a second mini-trial that will go into the punitive stage, and that is where the diocese could really be socked for heavy damages. But we will just have to see if that's going to come later this afternoon. Again, we are still waiting for the verdict. Gina?
All right, Dave Evans, thank you very much. Of course, as soon as News 8 knows the verdict, we will report it to you live as well as reaction. In other news this afternoon, the family of Gianni Versace is offering its thanks to those who worked to find his killer. Authorities discovered the body of Andrew Cunanan last night, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And with his death, authorities